Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a special viewing, a special show here on Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. with Steve and I on High Top Sports. Steve, welcome to the show. It hasn't been that long this time.
No. We did not take the break that we say we were. Man, I haven't seen you in a while. This time, I've seen you recently.
All right, it hasn't been too long, but we've got a lot to go over. A lot went down since we last spoke. We've got some big stuff coming up here within the hour with Jaden Rashada deciding where he decides to go, and we want to be here live. Hopefully, there will be tears of joy and not tears of sadness. So we are going to have a jam-packed show over Jaden Rashada. Connor Clark, he might be on after the commitment, so stay tuned for that. He's busy right now, obviously, probably trying to figure out where he's going to go as well and keeping those Twitter fingers hot. We're going to go over Demarcus Bowman, who ended up entering the transfer portal. Go into that a little bit. Why? What happened? What's going on? FSU got a W today. We're going to get into that. Steve's phone on a little high right now, so we're going to let him have it. We're going to go into that.
Gosh. Finally, we need a W. I think we got a W with the baseball coach, but man, we got a win today with an offensive lineman.
Don't go yet. Don't go yet, Steve. Don't go yet.
Oh,
God, you're easy.
I'm so excited.
We're gonna get an AR-15. He had a good showing in the Manning camp this past weekend. Arch ended up choosing a home, so now I don't know what we're gonna talk about for the next 2 months until football gets here, but. That's a bummer for our show, but we're gonna dive into that a little bit, and then obviously tonight I've been saying Avs in 6 since the beginning, and it's Stanley Cup time here tonight, Sunday night at 8:00. So Steve, go ahead. It's your time to shine. Can we make it fast?
Yes, we'll make it fast because I know everybody on this show loves FSU. Now, the one thing I will say is I'm going to give you guys some information. And know your enemy. Know your enemy. And if you guys hate FSU, and I know you do, this will be great for you. Look, we just got a huge commitment out of an offensive lineman here out of our hometown right here in Jacksonville, Florida, Orange Park, by the name of Roderick Kearney. Huge offensive lineman, 6'4", 300 pounds. A four-star kid. We needed that like air to breathe. FSU had a huge recruiting weekend coming in. It looks like they're going to have maybe a recruit or two at the running back position make their pledge. Another one from right here in town by the name of Sam Singleton. Four-star kid, great kid. Look, I've watched him play with my own bare eyes, and I would love for this kid to make the commitment. Look, outside of that, it was a huge recruiting weekend. We've got a quarterback coming in by the name of Chris Parsons, who's been committed to FSU, but it looks like he's wavering. And from what I'm hearing, it sounds like that wavering means that even after the weekend, he's still probably going to look elsewhere. So look, that a little bit of a loss there, but a couple of big pickups, and one big pickup, and then two that look like they're perspective.
So you want to give your little good tidbit of Kearney? I don't know what happened and exactly how it went down.
I was gonna save that for you, but
you're gonna
go ahead. Go ahead. No, I'll let you do it. It'll burn more.
Florida boy Matt just said it. He committed to FSU after 30 minutes after leaving the Gators' official visit. That one stings a little bit, man. After not a week of bad news, but it has been hostile in the Gator sphere. Okay, with fans and fans being happy or okay and happy and supporting Billy, and people coming out saying Billy isn't right for the job and he's not fit. We shouldn't have hired him. It's like the first sign of turmoil. It's just complete mayhem. And this is what I talked about earlier on, like early January, that we as Gator fans get rowdy way too quickly. We don't allow things to develop whatsoever. And we've even talked this past Wednesday about the past head coaches who I enjoyed, who I felt needed more time to excel, like the Muschamps, right? Somebody even commented and agreed and said, look, if there was a better offensive play, he probably could have maybe, had more success. Things take time, and we're not allowing these guys to have that time. When Kirby Smart came in, he wasn't a huge favorite either. People were talking like he's not going to get the job done. He sucks. And then he did well in recruiting. He's like, well, he'll never win. And then he started winning. And he's like, well, he'll never get a chip. And then here we are. So we got to simmer down. Honestly, we got to just tone it down a little bit. But this one stung a little bit for him to leave or to choose FSU after 30 minutes of leaving. And you mentioned too, it could have just been, look, I'm FSU heavy. I'm going to go to my official visit unless I'm completely blown out of the water. I'm already locked in here. But that one hurt. He was high on the Florida charts, but
that's where it goes back into the old school recruiting concept of a silent commitment. He was likely a silent to FSU and said, "I just want to take my visits." He left Florida, and like you just said, he wasn't blown away. It wasn't anything that was going to convince him that his silent commitment shouldn't be a real commitment. And here we are. Now, look, just like the NIL has showed us, recruiting is no different. It's a long way to signing day, so we'll see what happens.
Sure. And let's see here. We got a little chat box popped up right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. We're working on some new updates to the channel. Muddy said here they're talking about with AR going pro. Man, Muddy Florida boy says, "Where's AR going?" Look, I think right now AR is heavy to go early in the first round, and that's why. And again, I see a lot of fans too saying, "Like, what's the big deal about getting this kid? We've got AR. We have a great quarterback room." Now, I think Jack Miller could probably step in next year and do well, but my thing is that I don't think AR stays. I watched the video from him at the Manning camp. I don't know if anyone else saw it. The kid's throwing a 75-yard bomb with ease. Like, obviously no pads or anything, but the guy is just stupid talented. So I really don't see him staying. Look, with the NIL money in certain situations, it could be more lucrative to stay, like we've talked about. And so, look, it's not a complete out of the way. But I don't know. With Mel Kiper having him being a top 5 quarterback this year, and a potential Heisman, I don't see him staying. I really don't.
Yeah, Mel Kiper can almost be a death wish if you have a talented quarterback or a talented running back or anything like that. The guy with the helmet hair, if he puts his mark on you and he starts talking early, especially before you've even played a game, that this kid is NFL talent, doesn't matter what position it is. At this point, you've just got to kind of hold your breath and hope that he sticks around, because if Mel Kiper says he's NFL and he's a top 5 pick, in that position, it's a foregone conclusion that that kid's leaving.
Absolutely. And Florida boy Matt, so he has a good point here. He says Rashada is great for recruiting. And this is the biggest thing that I keep hounding on. It's like, look, people are panicking already because of the noise that we might not get Rashada and we're losing out on a few picks here and there. And we're not trending the way that we hope we would, and we're not getting a lot of the top 100 guys. We're still in the top 300 and 400 recruits. So it's like complete mayhem at the moment of Billy doesn't know what he's doing. And this is where the Rashada comes into play, because look, and we're going to get to the Bowman situation, who was a 5-star running back who is now transferring to his 3rd school, who hasn't really been effective at all. So again, we have examples of stars not mattering. We have examples of stars mattering. Right? And with the Rashada situation, it's more, to me, it's a bigger play on solidifying that Billy has came in early and done a great job. Not necessarily like, hey, he's going to come in and be this Lord and Savior quarterback. That's not. I don't believe that at all. I really don't. I think Jack Miller can come in and do a great job. Max Brown, which is what Florida boy Matt mentioned, of look, that guy's a little underrated. He's a 3-star kid. That's a big pull. We forget about that because it wasn't a 4 or 5-star and he wasn't ranked in the top 10 for the quarterbacks, right? So it doesn't have the same type of excitement or energy as a Rashada would. And I think part of it too is, look, it's been a while. And the Floridas were looking for any type of W or kind of, win that we can get to just feel like we're back. I feel like Florida fans, I know we do. We expect to win. We had that run, right, in the early 2000s with basketball and football, baseball. Florida's supposed to be a dominant program, and it feels like lately that we're trending the wrong direction. And that's where the frustration comes in, and that's where, look, it's like we're not spending money. He doesn't want to spend, the AD doesn't want to spend any money, and that's where it's just starting to get hostile and like, look, nobody cares, nobody's committed enough. And I don't believe that just yet, but, time will tell.
Yeah, look, look, a quarterback in college football will ease all concerns, right? So just a few years ago when Kyle Trask was there, you guys were knocking on the door of potentially being in the national championship, and it wasn't for a kid throwing a shoe in the fog of the night that I think knocks you guys out, but against LSU. But all it takes is, the years prior to that for Florida, they were struggling to find a quarterback that could be productive for the standard that you're asking for, right? And then since then, they've done the same thing, right? They've kind of looked for that person. AR-15 could be that kid, right? He's talented more so than I think any quarterback in the NCAA right now. And that's what it takes, I think. Look, you've also had a lot of coaching changes and things like that. So like all that kind of attrition plus not having that one key quarterback. I mean, look at FSU. As soon as FSU lost Jameis, we haven't had a quarterback since then. And we've gone through technically three coaches. You count Jimbo, you count Taggart, and then
I wouldn't say you hadn't had a quarterback. You had, what was the kid that beat every woman that walked into his bedroom? The guy, and the one guy that hurt himself in Bama. That's every quarterback that goes to FSU. But the one guy that hurt himself in the Bama game, I can't think of his name. He was good. He was supposed to be the next Jameis.
Well, you're talking about DeAndre Johnson, but he never started a single game for FSU.
No. The quarterback, Francois.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be good. He was supposed to be good.
He was. He was the guy who was with Jimbo. But so this
goes to my point of like, and this is what I think a few of them are saying is that look, we could pull the guy and the guy may not be what we think he is at the same time, right? When we got Kyle Trask, nobody was up in arms, nobody was excited, nobody cared, right? Nobody was freaking out about that. So Francis, Muddy's all dialed in on that. But I'm in full agreement because it's funny to see. I love all the comments. I'm all in these Gator pages, and it's been mayhem. And I kind of want to go over this a little bit. We'll go over it now, actually. As Gator fans, if I can have any type of influence or help with this, we got to shut the F up. We have to stop with the negativity at times, especially right now. With this world that we live in with social media and the kids and how committed they are and how it's so easily they can transfer in the NIL. There's so many things now. It's always been there. Don't get me wrong. It's always been there. But I feel like now these kids are more involved at such a younger age that we are so in tuned and dialed into them at a 17 and 18-year-old level that, and they're going to hear it. To think that they're not going to hear or see it is absurd. They see these videos. They see these things, right? Like, I'm not saying like they're dialing in to see High Top, but what kid's not going to go look their name up and see like what are people saying about me, right?
Especially the parents. The parents are the ones.
There we go.
They're right there. They are dialed in, especially now. I mean, I've said it for a long time. Like people on War Chant, which is the message board I've been on for a long time. We've even had to tell other posters like you got to dial it down a minute, or we've just deleted some of the posts entirely because they're so negative. Like these kids, if not the kids, the parents for sure are scouting. They're out there like kind of going through the recruiting process themselves. Like so, everybody needs to relax and just firing off and saying ridiculous things and just not being supportive of the organization. I'm not saying that you have to be blindly supportive, but my gosh,
just shut up,
blast it. Right?
Shut up. Like sometimes it's because Original Webb, Trayon Webb's dad came out and said you never really know how fans truly feel about you until those crystal balls start dropping, and that was because Trayon, like I've been saying, this guy's a shoe-in. And things are starting to sway a little bit that he may not be. And same thing with Cedric Baxter, who was big for us, a running back. Both of those now, it looks like we're chasing the tail versus us sitting in the hot seat, right? Or the basically a shoe-in to get these guys. And David Waters tweeted about it, basically saying like, look, we're all fan bases overreact. That's inevitable. You were just saying that yourself.
Right. That's what we're called fanatics for a reason.
Sure.
We're fanatical.
But we have to realize as UF fans is that, look, we've got a new staff coming in, and they're already dealing with enough problems of being the new kids in town, right? It's the new kid in school. So they've already got that on their plate. They're coming from Billy doesn't have this big resume from other schools, which he's getting roasted for already. Like, why do we go after this guy? He hasn't coached anywhere big. He just coached under Saban. right? So they're already dealing with this. As fans, if we truly are bottom, the guy is here. Billy is here. Whether you wanted him or not, he's here. He's going to be here until the end of the year without question. He should be here for at least for the next 2 to 3 years, no matter what happens, right? So get over it. It's done and over with. Let's adapt. Let's adjust. The other part of it is, look, we're not helping out the situation. We want to go and complain and say, oh, we're not dropping money and we're not doing this. And then we start attacking the players. We start attacking not necessarily the families, but by attacking these players, the families are affected. I saw a few people kind of roasting Trayon's name and stuff. I'm like, what are we doing? Like these kids can see this. Tony Mitchell, who had us in his top 10, we are no longer in his top 10. Right now, it's for his top 5. Let me see here. I've got it saved here. He has... I think it was like Tennessee was one of them. Why can't I find it? Why can't I find it?
I think he had Texas A&M up there.
There it is. He had Auburn, Alabama, Texas A&M, Georgia, and I want to say that's Tennessee on the top of his head. So we're not even there. And Tony Mitchell, he commented on Tony Mitchell Sr. came in and says, well, my son has won 3 state. What did he say? He went into a Gator page and just kind of made a comment on some things. Basically, like, look, because we're saying, like, oh, we lost out because he's chasing money, right? And he says, my son has 3 state titles back to back to back. He's the number 2 DB in the country. So for us, we're used to competing at a high level for championships. And we're also taking advantage of the business aspect. With that being said, not only UF has to be more on board with the business aspect for top recruits, all colleges have to. That's why Saban said what he said. So it was kind of like calling out UF of like, look, they're not playing both parties here, which was interesting to see. But we can't just go roasting these kids. Like, look, it is a business decision because at the same time, these kids, we use them as tools. We use them as business chips, right? When we cut them or release them or don't start them, what do we say? Business is business, kid. So we've created this world of like, look, everyone's kind of looking out for themselves. This whole idea of like, I'm committed to them. I'm all in to this. We've lost that, in my opinion.
Yeah, and look, I mean, you guys just, I want to say, cut 3 players this week, and they are able to do that. When I say they, I mean like Florida or any school by that measure, are able to do that anytime there's a new head coach under a clause of like, it's like not buying into the system, or it's something way more technical, but they can use that clause to part ways with these kids. So look, it's a contractual agreement, right? If you're going to sign a letter of intent, that's a contract for that kid. Now, it doesn't hold water a whole lot now, but it's also an agreement by the university that says, we're going to let you go to school here. You're going to get your academics here. You're going to get a degree here. And it at this point, like football and academics have split so hard. It just like those two things don't even shake hands anymore. It is 100% a transactional industry, a sport. It is nothing short of what the NFL is, except for the fact that if you cut a kid or if you cut a player in the NFL, they get a portion of their contract. They get a portion of what they were promised. And I don't even think that happens here. I mean, we might need to dive in a little bit deeper into the NIL to see how it works if you agree to go to a school and you sign a letter of intent, again, if that even exists anymore, and then the school essentially parts ways with you. Like, do I get my money? Do I not get my money? Like, what happens with that? At least an NFL player gets a portion of it, and it counts against the salary cap. For the NFL, for the team, they have to be a little bit careful on how many players they cut, because it counts against what they can spend for new players, and there's nothing like that right now.
So, and something Fred K just said, to stop telling people we are in the lead with these kids when we're clearly not. Sounds, and then it cut out. Look, these things change very quickly. With a perfect example of that is this weekend, Steve. What happened yesterday? Steve texts me and he goes, "Hey, it says Rashada's out with Miami." And I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." He sends me the screenshot and it says that Miami's no longer in the question, that Florida is leading like 26%, and it was like A&M 22. The numbers were kind of dumb, but I was like, there's no way. And he goes, yeah, it looks like he didn't even go to a visit. And I'm like, no, that's not, no, what? And so we dug some more.
We argued about it.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, Steve, no, there's no way. He goes, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. And it was an old article one that resurfaced. But the article was just like 3 days old. That tells you how quickly these kids are changing and their mind is changing. Like 3 days ago, Florida was ranked the number 1 prospect. He wasn't even visiting Miami. Something happened. Something changed, obviously. And here we are. And we're going to get into the Arch situation. But look, at the time when that is usually announced, we are in the lead. We are the heavy favorites to land some of these kids. Now, I think that, and again, Muddy kind of mentioned it too, that's where the frustration is coming from, is like, look, like the AJ Harrises. We're in the lead for these guys, the Trayon Webbs, the Cedric Baxters, where we feel like, all right, look, we're close. We're getting one of these guys. And then like 2 days later, we're like, we don't even exist anymore. It's like, what's happening? What am I missing here? Right? It reminds me of the How I Met Your Mother episode with Barney. We would go and like talk to this girl, and we would like turn around and go buy her a drink, and he would come back, he would get slapped. It's like, what happened from me to getting you the drink, right? And it comes out that, you know, like somebody was going around telling him he was an a-hole, and that's what it feels like. Is like we go and we have a great conversation, and the girl's all in, and she's like, yeah, I can't wait. And then we go to get the paperwork, and we come back, and she's like, screw you, I'm going to FSU. It's like, what happened? Like,
well, in that scenario, I love it, but I mean, in other scenarios, it makes no sense. But yes, I was 100%. Like, it's just, it's all over the place right now, and you can't hold anybody. Us, like ESPN, like 247, like there's a bunch of other ones that are just like guys, we're doing the best we can to just kind of follow the trends and see what we think, and that's why it's called a crystal ball, not like a contract.
Speaking of the crystal ball, what I love too, it's fun being involved with these Gator comments. Like I try not to get too, you know me, Steve. I like to shit talk with the best of them, but sometimes I can't get into it in these comments because it's like, first of all, you're arguing with me and you didn't watch the video, so it's like I'm not going to repeat it. I would love if somebody disagrees, love to have you on. We'll chit chat. I'm not going to go back and forth typically in the comments because you're just talking from a place of like, you're an idiot, this is dumb, like whatever. Somebody goes like, oh, it's crystal ball, he's going to Miami. Why are you even wasting your time? Okay, well, you know how many guys are crystal ball to come to Florida over the last few days? And that same person, when we were in crystal ball, like, oh, that's fake. That's never going to happen. But when it's the other way around, it's like, you're an idiot for even thinking. I'm like, what do you want?
What kid would go to an official visit and then recruit and then commit to another school 30 minutes later? That would make no sense at all.
And something too, we have to remember, like, look, just we could get Rashada today, and the kid could flip in 6 months. He could go to Miami and flip in 6 months. Like it's craziness again. But we can't not get excited about it. We cannot want to be hyped about it and want to push it. I feel like the best thing that we can do as fans and as kind of like the journalist of it, right, the aspect is, look, we got to be as supportive as possible. There is a point where we have to be critical, right, and we have to critique the situation, which we were very critical last year of Mullen and his decisions on playing certain players and play calling, and we'll get into that. But we also have to keep in mind too, like it's just like raising a kid. There's a line where like you have to allow that person to develop before you can start holding them accountable. You do it too soon, you're going to burn any bridge and allow any development to happen. And I feel like that's where, unfortunately, a lot of Gator fans are, and I would hate to see how they are with their kids if that's how they are with their coaches. But we got to tone it down. Look, in the famous words of Rogers, RELAX, relax.
Everybody chill. All right. Everybody relax.
We've got just under.
Let's go to the comments, maybe. This is going
just over 30 minutes until commitment time. We're gonna pull it up here, and we're gonna watch it live, and hopefully it's gonna be our first one, which I'm excited about. Let's go to the comments. We'll dive into some more things here in just a minute. But Florida boy Matt, welcome to the show, Florida boy Matt. I don't think I've seen you before, so thanks for stopping by, dropping a like. Hopefully you subscribed. He goes, I think we're in really good shape with Gene, Eugene Wilson, and Dame Bazell. Look, that's another thing too, is we also landed another commit just yesterday, 2 commits just this past week. 3 over total, but just in the last like 48 hours, and we're going to get into those in a little bit. But they're not the exciting, flashy names, so nobody's really kind of, one of them was a long snapper, the number 1 long snapper in the country, I do add. But look, those are big time stuff. So
yeah, so again, like there's wins here. Like stop worrying about the things that go wrong. Celebrate the things that go right.
Exactly.
They're still high school kids. What is it? It's June. Like everybody chill.
Blanco said, "What about the 5-star cornerback? Which one? McLean, Kamani McLean. He still looks good for us. if that's who you're talking about. I think he might be a safety. If you're talking about Tony Mitchell, we just went over him. He's not even in our top 5. So
Mr. Rubicon, let's go Canes.
Let's go Canes.
Look, we don't get a lot of Canes fans here, man. Welcome to the cast.
Welcome to the show, man. He's probably wondering what's going to happen too. So look,
he's right on board, baby.
Steve's pissed. He's like, either way, I'm screwed. Either way, this kid's going to the opposing team. So this is a no bueno for Steve here.
Yeah, I don't win either way. Yeah, that was our conversation yesterday. Is he might be wavering, he might be going to Florida, he might be going to Miami, and I'm like, for me, I don't care. It doesn't matter either way. Go to Tech. Why can't Texas A&M win this thing, and I don't have to worry about it? If it's Florida or Miami, I got to play the kid either way. It's a no winner.
Stumpke says, "Love the show, boys. Been watching for a minute now. First time I've caught y'all live and not been at work. All love." Well, look, man, thanks for stopping by. We're gonna try to do more live. We talked about it. It seemed to work out this Sunday, and I think, look, this show's doing well. Got some people in here. It's bumping. It's more of a hangout because we're waiting around to see what's going to happen. But look, Mr. Rubicon, the Canes fan, he's got the fingers crossed. He's fired up. So look, I love it. I'm glad we got some Canes fans.
Look, I like the passion. Look, guys, like we love you guys wanting to be into it. And like, my gosh, everybody wants to win on every one of these recruits, but it's not going to happen. Rubicon's in though. Rubicon, don't be mad if it doesn't go your way. You can't get feisty.
Yeah, you can. I might drop some shade. So if you want to, Rubicon, you're more than more than welcome to talk some smack. I'm cool with that. You've earned it. I think Miami has been down in the dumps for a little bit. They can get a little spicy. Look, guys, if you're brand spanking new here and you're watching the show, drop a like, drop a little subscription. We would love to have you join the family here. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. We've been growing like crazy, growing like a weed over here. We do go live Sundays. We're going to try to do more but every Wednesday at 8:35, we are definitely going to be going live. Another Hurricanes fan in the building, loving it. Boy. 904 Hurricane. I'm loving that. I'm loving this. This is how do we got to get everybody here. Oh, Galaxy King throwing up this is great. This is great. This is great. Unique 863, we here. It's going to be a wild one, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up. We've got just over 32 minutes until I'm going to pull it up here so everybody can watch and we can just, as a family, enjoy hopefully greatnget and not sadness.
Man, I can't wait for the madness on this thing when that pops. Let's go, baby.
It's gonna be a good time. Let's get back to the topic here really quick, Steve. Let's go into Demarcus Bowman. So Demarcus Bowman, he entered the portal this past week. I believe it was like the next day after our show, and 5-star kid. This is his second transfer, I guess, within just a couple of years. He obviously committed to Clemson first, then came to Florida, and is now on his way out. From what I read, it looked like he said no hard feelings for the University of Florida. He said it just wasn't really kind of liking the new coaching situation. And a lot of people are freaking out about this as well, as usual. And we've been ranting and raving about the running back room with it being really thick. I've also mentioned that it's been almost too thick. I did see some articles today. Again, these are all just kind of, opinionated articles, which this one I loved. It was my favorite. It looks like Lorenzo had a good spring ball, which we talked about, and is making a little bit of a run to be the number one guy. Look, we're all in on the Lorenzo stock, so
we love it, baby.
I'm here for it. But to me, it makes sense. Like when he was leaving, I was like, it's a no-brainer to me. You've got a Lorenzo Lingard who's a junior, Bowman or a senior. Bowman's a redshirt sophomore, right? But you've got Naquan Wright, who's been sitting behind two studs who are just in the NFL, Malik Davis. Oh, there we go. Lindsey Peterson just subscribed. Welcome, Lindsey. Welcome to the show, baby. Bang, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Woo!
Gosh, Lindsey.
So with Naquan, that guy's going to be probably fighting for that top spot. Montrell Johnson, who had an incredible freshman year, who also played with Billy, which we've talked about, who looked great in spring ball. Those were going to be the 1 and 2 guys anyway. So the conversation was that it was going to be Lorenzo and Bowman kind of fighting for that third spot. And with the talks of Lorenzo even excelling himself even further, then that makes sense of like, look, and then you got Trevor Etienne coming out next year, right? And if Trayon Webb or these other guys comes in, it's going to be a busy running back room. And I'm not concerned about him leaving. I'm really not. Everyone was kind of freaking out about it. I was like, it makes sense. Like it's not a crazy thing to me, to be honest with you. But We'll see. So he's leaving. The top 3 schools, from what I read, it looks like USF is an option, UCF, and Miami. Now, if he goes to Miami, I'm going to be a little butthurt because I'm like, this guy, if they take 2 guys within a matter of 48 hours, hands are going to be thrown, Mr. Rubicon. Okay? Just letting you know. 904 Hurricanes, Mr. Rubicon, I'm dropping an Addy. All right?
I love it. Look, I mean, look, no harm on the kid. Look, he went to Clemson. If Clemson recruited him, Clemson recruits hella good players, right? So if Clemson recruited him, they believe in his talent. He got to Florida, like you said, no hurt feelings here. No.
Ryan Cardell just subscribed.
But look, it's a busy running back room. We've talked about it, and like you said, we've seen it. I've watched Zoe. My goodness,
Jerry,
this is amazing.
We're blowing up. Jerry Glenn just.
I have watched Zoe literally work a man to the point where he was puking. That's how in such good shape Zoe is.
So we're doing here. All right,
Zoe Lingard. Right. So what I'm saying is, for Bowman, I get it. Like the room's a little bit stuffy. You got ETN coming in, and there's opportunities out there. Again, with the NIL stuff, these kids are only going to have a limited opportunity to monetize off that. And UCF, look, if he's a baller at UCF, they can blow up with NIL stuff.
They're in the Big 12 now, so they're making some noise. So that's not,
and they
to
have
me,
a great market. Think about the market that UCF is in. I know that everybody likes to think that UCF is still like this little brother, but Orlando's a great place to play football if you've got a school that's willing to back you, and the market is amazing, especially now that they're in Big 12. You're right.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be huge. I think. Look, I'm happy for the kid. I think it's, and this is where we forget, right? Like, he's a prime example of these kids. They come in and they get shuffled to the back because just someone bigger and stronger comes in. So it's going to be fun. New subscriber, Austin, just subscribe. Thank you, Austin. Appreciate you, man. But look, I'm not too worried about it. I think it was something that needed to be done. It seemed a little too crowded back there. I think the running back room is still very healthy. I think Zoe has made an incredible offseason, a great push. The guy is dialed in and hungry. I'm going to work on having him on over the next few weeks and have him talk right before the season starts, right before the season gets kicked off. Also, too, guys, this is kind of preliminative here, but it's looking like there's going to be an event by the Gator Collective down in Orange Park, Florida. It's going to have Anthony Richardson, Lorenzo Lingard, Keon Zipperer, and one more. I can't think of who was going to. Torrance, I think, is going to be there. But we have reached out to them, and it looks like High Top might be the guys that are going to be there live streaming at the porch at Orange Park, getting the interview with these guys. It's going to be great. So if you live close by, I'll get more details. We'll drop it. I'm still working with the Gator Collective on getting it done. But right now, it looks like it's going to be a shoe-in on us going to be there. So it's going to be really cool. We're really pumped for that. And if you guys live close, we would love to meet you and come hang out with us. So.
Yeah, we're stoked. I mean, you and I talked about it off the cast yesterday, just about the groundwork that's being laid with High Top and University of Florida and some of the athletes and players, and it's great. It's super exciting. We've got a ton of stuff coming up, a lot of interactive things that you guys at home, the fans, will be able to kind of interact and be a part of, and we're super excited about that.
Yeah, we are pumped. We got to go to the comments because it's absolute mayhem right now. Really quick, Robbie Mule, I love this guy. I see him in all of the Gator Facebook pages because this is what he says. He goes, "If you ain't a Gator, you Gator bait." Like, it's just like, he don't care if you ain't gonna sign with us. No big deal. You're gonna be Gator bait anyways. I love it. Like, that's a healthy response of somebody not committing, not to say, like, well, we suck or we didn't spend enough money. Like, look, if they ain't Gators, you won't be Gator bait. I love it. Robbie Mule, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you. I see you always on the Facebook pages, man. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we got a little stop in from Ricky and Elizabeth Husey.
Elizabeth. Kane Swagger 305 throwing up the U. Joseph Piscata, go Gators. Absolutely. Look at one of these bad boys in here.
Scared money don't make money, you know?
The U, baby. Oh, we got all about the U. Just that's their name. Galaxy King running back, room deep at the U. No way he's coming down here. Hey, it's bumping in here, boys. We're trying to keep up.
Holy my gosh, he's gonna go to Jackson State. Blanco Blanco might be on to something.
They're always in the mix. They're always in the mix. We got to keep our eyes out for those guys.
Never rule them out.
It's 3:35. We've got about 25 minutes or so until we pull up the Rashada decision and see where he goes. Terry 3908 just subscribed. I didn't get the little bell. I didn't hear that, but I did see it. So
I got it. Yeah, it's there.
Oh, I didn't hear it. Did you hear it?
I heard it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for subscribing, Terry. We appreciate the new subscription. We just passed 1,500. We're 500 more. We're at 2,000. Look, we just hit 1,000. Like what? Like a month ago?
Sure.
Like maybe a month and a half.
What are we doing for the 2,000 subscriber? What are we doing for him?
Maybe we stream in our birthday suits.
That's the first place you go for this? You're trying to
get the people what they want. Trying to get the people what they want, Steve. Trying to get the people what they want. Look, could you imagine birthday suit with just a mustache? I mean, if that doesn't get subscribers, I don't know what will.
I'm going to unsubscribe. I'm part of this.
Fair enough.
Christ. All right, let's go back to the comments. Rashada the you all
Blanco
know.
said deal.
352 Sports. Yes, I'm a huge Zipperer fan. As an FSU guy, I'm a huge Zipperer fan. We've talked about him in some of the Gator roster depth chart reviews. Love that kid. I hope he just completely blows up, except for every game. Mine, the one at the end of the year.
Kane Swagger 305. He says Miami's taking back the state of Florida where we should be. Look, I've said this time and time again. I wouldn't mind Miami being back. We don't play them enough to where they really affect us anyways. It would be fun to see the Miami back in its swagger. You guys have been in the dumps for a very long time. I think it'll be good for the state of Florida, and I think it'll be good for just football in general for Miami to be good. The swag, his name, Kane Swagger. They invented swag down there. I can admit that. I'm not. My feelings aren't hurt, right? I mean, it is what it is. So it's good for just football for that type of mentality to get back to the swing of things. So look, I will, as a football fan, I want Miami to get back to where they were. I'm going to be honest.
I'm with you. Look, as much as I hate to say this, I want the entire state of Florida to be the dominant state in college football. I want California to hate us. I want Texas to hate us. I want Alabama to hate us. I know we got a bunch of fans on different things, but look, there was a point in time where Florida State, Florida, Miami, all three were just battling it out. It was just haymakers every single year on which one was gonna win it. And I want that. I don't mind that at all. So if the Canes come back and they start looking at conference championships and maybe even making the push for the national, I won't hate it. Again, as long as you go into the national championship with one loss, I'm your biggest fan.
J.K. Vreeland just subscribed. Welcome to the fam.
JK,
pigs
what's
fly.
up, baby?
We appreciate it, man. Yeah, look, I think it's good for the state of Florida for those guys to be good. So it'll be fun. Look, as long as California continues to suck and be in the dumpster pile, I'm cool. Them and Ohio, those are the two states that as from a college football standpoint, I hope they're never good.
Yeah, so I'm with you on that. I'm hoping that the NIL, for the kids that go to USC and UCLA, I would say Stanford, but they're not really in the conversation. But I'm hoping that the NIL is also taxable for them from a state income standpoint. So it's better for them to come to Florida and get their NIL money down here.
Him says, "Are you guys doing callers today?" I don't know yet. We've got Rashada that's going to be on at 4. 4, and then we're going to have possibly Connor Clark. Let me see if he tweeted me back yet. He said he could probably hop on. So if that's the case, what we'll probably do is we'll do a show Wednesday. We'll have a caller show on Wednesday. So if you're new and you want to call in, we do call-in shows, and we do those on Wednesday nights. It's not a bad question. I just don't have it set up for today. I didn't plan on it just because of with everything going on. I'd rather us be ready to what's going on. But what I want to get into really quick, because we've got 20 minutes, and this topic sometimes gets a little rambunctious, is Arch. We new subscriber Eric Williams, welcome to the show, Eric. Look, we're at 1510. We are blowing through the roof right now on the way to 2,000. Thank you guys for dropping by and subscribing. We appreciate the love and support. You guys are awesome. I'm looking for my little guy here. Let's see. Okay, we got Arch. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be done talking about him for a while. I thought we were going to have most of the football season to do that, but it seems to me that I was wrong. And we're not. This is going to probably be the last time, unless he changes schools or we get some information on his NIL deal. Then he'll come back up. But it looks like this could be the last bit for Arch for a while. He committed to Texas, and we got roasted for this, which it seems to be a common occurrence. It's either I'm getting roasted for my mustache, my blonde hair, us being idiots just in general. Like it's an ongoing battle, and I've had to learn to grow some tough skin. I'm a very sensitive human being. Steve knows this, and I've been able to kind of power through because you guys are absolutely ruthless. I see why kids are saying I'm not going to Florida because they're assholes down there. You're like, hey, I feel you, but we get the same wrath, okay? But we got roasted because
we've talked about this in the past. Where you like, I have to be a little bit selective on which battles I want to fight. How often do I really have to say something back? And this was a while back. I mean, this was more of just an off-topic conversation that went back and forth between you and I on the cast. And here we are today, where, oh my gosh, just set us on fire.
There's no back and forth anymore.
It can be ruthless. And this is a perfect example of you learning and getting better. And just move on. Just move on.
We posted a video about Arch like a week and a half ago, and I made the bold prediction that he was going to Georgia. And I don't know what came faster. Arch committed, and then I got text from you and Ryan saying that Arch committed because I was at Kennedy Space Center with the family, so I didn't have much signal. But then the YouTube comments started exploding on that video, and it was like, this didn't age well. You're an idiot. I want an apology. LOL. Hook 'em. I was like, you guys? I didn't hear anything from you. Like, these people were just coming, like they were sitting there waiting, right? Like they just had us on just dial up. Just, all right, you committed? All right, yeah, suck it.
Yeah.
Like I was just,
Here's
I don't know, like,
all the people I can't wait to tell I hate them.
God, so somebody made a comment. They said, I expect an apology. I'm not going to apologize to nobody, okay? I would like to apologize to absolutely nobody. I'm not apologizing for my opinion. I thought I was spot on. I am still shocked that he went to Texas, okay? Not shocked. I can't say that. Sarkisian, look, I think that's kind of where the pool was. That guy he was obviously under Nick. He was the offensive coordinator there, coached in the NFL. There's a lot of experience there, and we talked about this, right? Where is he going to go that's going to develop his career the best? They have some great wide receivers, and they just moved in the top 7 for recruiting for 2023. Now, something interesting here that I found out or learned about. We talked about this. Quinn Ewers was 1,000 composite score, right? A perfect 1,000. The other one I said was Colt McCoy. I was wrong on this. I thought it was Colt McCoy. It was another Texas quarterback, and that's why I thought Colt. It was Vince Young. Those two. The third perfect composite score, Arch Manning. All 3 perfect composite scores went to Texas. Which is really cool. I mean, that's something that's kind of interesting to see. 2 of them within the last 2 years, so we'll see how that kind of pans out. Obviously, we know how Vince Young panned out. I think he probably should have had a better NFL career than what he did. Injuries obviously got in the way, and we know what he did for Texas. And a lot of wide receivers, I think they landed a 4 or 5-star wide receiver. They got one from the transfer portal. They've got some big linemen coming in as well. So, look, I think it's going to be interesting. There's no way both of these guys coexist. So, I don't know who's going to leave, but I don't see them coexisting. So this year, obviously, is going to be Quinn Ewers' year. It's to me, it's going to be either you win this ship or you're leaving after this year. Or if he balls out, do you think Arch transfers? Is that a possibility? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think Arch is smart enough, and he's got enough football knowledge behind him that if Quinn Ewers is playing well and he doesn't get the instant gratification of the starting job, that he's not the type of kid that's just going to bolt. I think if he sees the opportunity to stay and play and understands that the guy above him is playing well enough to actually have the spot, he's not losing out on it because of maybe the coaching staff already having a predetermined disposition for the kid. He doesn't strike me as the person that's going to be just kind of spastic and bounces all over the place. Like he's not going to be a Bowman of college football.
Sure, I don't think he will either. And I did some more research too on our whole Arch situation. His first tweet ever was when he committed to Texas. The guy is anti-social media. It was like the video I was watching kind of basically said that like he is not a fan of it. He's never really had it, and he's a super chill kid. Apparently, he's really nice to everybody for being like, again, the hottest quarterback in high school. He's pretty chill and kind of to himself, and I think that kind of obviously plays a role of the family he comes from, right? I mean, you've been in the spotlight your entire life. You kind of want the complete opposite of that, and I think that to me is a great quality for any college team to pick up on, because you're going to have this kid that comes in and he's just football oriented. I think that's where people are overlooking as well too, right? There's no drama involved with it. I mean, it reminds me of like a Tom Brady situation, right? Where you don't really know what the guy's doing. He doesn't make a kind of a charade out of anything. He just people try it, like everyone else creates this charade because it's of who it is, but he does things on his own time. And that was kind of the vibe that I got from Arch, is he just kind of managed himself very, very maturely and professionally during all of this. When you've got, who's a great example of, I mean, even like with the Rashada situation. I mean, we're moving dates back. We're doing official visits. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Like you're creating the drama around you, versus somebody who kind of like he's trying to avoid it and it's getting created anyways organically. But look, I'm happy for the kid. I'm excited for Texas. I'm glad that it's going to be away from us. I'm glad I didn't go to Georgia. I'm glad I didn't go to Bama. Like a Miami, I would like to see Texas back doing well again. Now, if they come to the SEC, I wouldn't. But over there, they don't faze us. They don't bother me. I don't mind them. It's good to see. Again, those are the schools like the Miamis, the Texas, like the old kind of the old school schools you would like to see do well. It's fun to watch those guys. It's just like the Cowboys, right? Like we all hate them, but it's fun to watch them do well and then lose in the big game, like the USCs we talked about as well too. So I don't mind that he went to Texas. I think it's good.
Yeah, look, and I think when it comes to just the way that Arch handles being a high level recruit and having some of the amount of publicity that he's going to get being at the university, I kind of liken it to like a Johnny Manziel. Like Johnny Manziel, his family, rich as could be, like oil money in Texas and all kinds of things, right? And then you have Arch Manning, who his family is extremely well, and he comes from a lineage of those guys are humble. Like you look at Peyton, you look at Eli, those guys have always been humble in the way that they play football, the way that they interact with folks outside of football, the press, the way that they have their press conferences. And then you have like your Johnny Manziel, who also came from money and just went bananas when he had a camera on him and he got that type of publicity. I think we're going to see a very, very different contrast, even though from a financial standpoint and what they came from, they're similar in that regard.
For sure. We've got just over 11 minutes till Rashada makes the big news. Let's go into the chats before, though. We got a lot of people talking about the Arch situation, the Rashada situation. Let's go back up top here for a minute.
It's hard to find the top. You guys are going faster than we can. My gosh. Welcome to the show, baby.
Stacey Bird said, hopefully Arch has some success against the Gators as his Uncle Peyton. I agree. It's going to be fun to see Texas play in the SEC if with Florida play them. That'll be fun. It's sad how many haters are out here today, Steve, JK, from Stumpkey. Look, and Blanco said it's crazy that Texas landed these two guys for the fact that they didn't send a single player to the NFL. And somebody said, how do they lose to Kansas? And they went 4-7 last year and landed number 1 and 2 quarterback over the last 2 years. Now, something too, they were up against Oklahoma. They were up against a few other teams. A lot of it was a second half team that they lost these games on. And part of it too was defense. So the offensive situation wasn't really poor in Texas. It was the other half of the ball from what it looked like last year. And it was Sarkisian's first year, I believe, right?
It was, yes, that's correct. And in the loss to Oklahoma, I think it was that one hurt them. They carried on. And look, those that kind of loss will suck the wind out of you. Like you just to have that ripped away from you.
People don't realize that those games, like that big game that you feel like you should have won, it's dumb. But these college kids, man, like you feel like the whole season down on this, and then you kind of get the whole win taken out of you. For you to kind of fight anymore for the rest of the year, like for what? What am I fighting for? I don't care about Kansas. Like it doesn't. Like it's the same thing with when Florida loses to UCF and then the Gasparilla Bowl. Like the win was already out of the sales. Like you know what I mean? Like so.
That being said, so I saw a comment in here that Texas just picked up an offensive line commit who's like 6'7".
Yeah, I'm telling you, they got some studs coming.
There it is, right there. Homegrown Cowboy, homegrown. Thanks for being here, man. Connor Stroh, 6'7" offensive tackle.
Yeah, look, they moved to the number 7 after they landed Arch. Stacy says, I agree. A lot of Gator fans need to take some Valium and chill out. Let Billy do his things. Totally agree. Homegrown Cowboy, what her name? This year, Sarkisian brings in his players different than last year, and I think, look, and that's kind of where I think hopefully Billy is playing the card. Like, look, let us do our job. Let's see what else we got. Jacob Retzik, big money. Kane Swagger. I saw this argument going on here too. That I guess there is some stats saying $10 million is being offered to Rashada for 4 years, which would be more than Nico from Tennessee. I haven't seen any of this stuff, to be honest with you. I have looked because this is the biggest argument and conversation that's been happening with the Gators situation is that we're not willing to pay these guys because why would you go to Miami, right? Like that's the question. Like why go to? Well, to be honest with you, Florida hasn't really shown the reason you should come to Florida either. Like if we're being frank, new subscriber.
Oh,
Mark. Welcome to the fam.
What's up, Mark?
Welcome to the fam. So look, for us to be shocked when that happens, like you can't be shocked about that. I got to be honest. Like it's frustrating, right? Like we expect Miami to be trash, but in my eyes, Miami and Florida are kind of in the same realm of like, look, we're trying to make a push here. We're all kind of building it. And same thing with Tennessee. Like, oh, why are these guys going to Tennessee? It's like, look, there's really we didn't blow Tennessee out of the water. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't been great. We went to the SEC, what was it, 2 years ago with trash. So I get that. But before that and after, we haven't really done a lot. So I haven't seen anything about the money. I haven't seen any types of NIL contract. I haven't seen a single tweet about it. I've honestly been looking at it. I hear people just saying like there's being tons of more money thrown to him. And somebody even said, Kane Swagger, he says, he lives in Miami. People just can't stand that Miami's back on the rise. We'll get over it because we're going to dominate in 2 more recruiting classes. And again, it's kind of the same thing with the A&M. They do well, and then everyone just blames it on the money situation versus saying like, hey, good job, like you beat us. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe that's my opportunity. I'm just like the kid at heart, the ignorance of me saying like, hopefully that, it is being done the right way. Maybe there is a few more strings being pulled. And I even said last time, look, Florida has money. And this is where the people are saying, well, the 80 doesn't want to spend it. They don't want to invest that much money anyways. I don't know. I wish there was more. I wish I could see more. I hate talking about it because it's all speculation.
Sure. And that's the thing. Like, let's be honest. Like, everybody understands at this point, if you're going to be competitive in college football, you are going to have to spend money in the NIL. You're going to have to be able to show these kids that they can monetize themselves with your university on their shoulder, on the back of their jersey, the front of their jersey, whatever the case may be, right? You've got to be able to show them that you have that ability. Nobody's turning away a kid that they really want because of NIL at this point. Anybody on a Florida State, Ohio State, Texas, Georgia, no one's not using the NIL as effectively.
Gage Minnis just subscribed. Thank you, Gage.
What's up, Gage? But I mean, like, they all have the money. What's up, baby? They all have the money. They all have known for years that they need to prepare for it. So it's not a bidding war, I don't believe, and it's not a situation where the AD doesn't want to spend the money. At what point does your most profitable entity in football, and that's the most profitable entity, I think, for every school for the most part that we would talk about, that's where you want to spend the most money. You got to spend it to make it, right? It just don't hit the damn button, please. You got to spend money to make money. That's a Wall Street thing. Yeah, I don't want to hear. But nobody's going to let a kid get away that they really want because of NIL. They're not. It's not going to work that way. It's just not. That's it. If it happens, it's behind the scenes and it is way deeper than an athletic director not wanting to spend the money to make the team good. That is where their money is coming from.
So two comments here that I really respect and appreciate. Florida boy Matt says Miami is rich in history, which they are, and tradition, which they have, and have a great nightlife to offer as well to the young recruits. And they've always had that, right? But I think the people go and there wasn't a great culture from a football standpoint there for a little bit, which is is the reason for the losing streak. But yeah, there's a lot of great things that are going on. John Quarles says, we are struggling because we fired 3 straight coaches in just 3 years. We keep forgetting. Yeah, like how do we not look at that and be like, oh, well, maybe because we as fans were so rowdy over the last 3 years and didn't relax that maybe we caused a little bit of this because we weren't patient with these guys, right? Yeah.
I think all 3 of the big schools in Florida need to be able to say the same thing to one another. We've all gone through coaching changes in a very, very short period of time. Miami's gone through it. Florida State's clearly gone through it. And then now, Florida hasn't. Your coach hasn't even coached a game yet, and like people are getting a little bit unrocked.
Look at LSU. I mean, how do you fire Coach O a year and a half after coming off a natty? Well, I think he didn't care
because he lost everything. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, know. That guy literally he did his job.
The mecca of a college football team.
He came in and did his job. We got 5 minutes. Tyler just said we got 3 minutes. Actually, let me. I got to pull it up here in the corner. I've got to pull it up.
Let's go.
I've got it ready. Let me.
Who's excited for a Sunday?
Let me see. Can I make this bigger without making it a full screen? That's not going to be good.
You're just now preparing for this.
No. The screen wasn't pulled up. Read the comments, Steve. What are people saying? There was a few. I appreciate those comments, guys. I just went over. So,
all right. So we got Muddy back in the game here. UCF joining the Big 12. Does FSU become the 4th best team in the state? We have to see what UCF does. Look, Florida State is obviously struggling, but look, we were a field goal away from Notre Dame. We played Florida tough. But we also lost to Jacksonville State. So like we're on the cusp of either being competitive or laughable. So we'll find out how UCF looks. Finally, everybody's been saying UCF doesn't play anybody, and they want to pound their chest. We'll find out if that holds well in the Big 12. Homegrown Cowboys still rocking and rolling here. Give Billy Napier some time, of course. The guy literally has not yet walked on the field for a game. Muddy.
Hey, Steve, talk to me. If I do this, how does it look on your end? Can you see everything?
Freaking amazing, yeah.
All right, we'll do that. I can't see the comments right now because I have to full screen this so it to look like that, but it looks good for everybody.
Oh yeah, you're talking about that. I was talking about your pretty mustache.
No. The screen. Can you see it?
Yes,
does it look good?
Yes,
all right, because it's full screen. It's taking my entire screen up, so I can't see the chat. I can't see the everything, but I can see it in the small right corner. So let me know what everyone's saying. I can't see. Actually, you know what? I'll just hop on my phone. I'll hop my phone into the chat.
Look
here we go. Here we go.
You're so resourceful. Oh boy.
I'm gonna hit the audio. Can you hear that?
No.
You can't hear that. That's a bummer. Okay. I'm going to exit out of it for now until just so we don't get hit with any copyrights because we don't need any of that nonsense. So we'll bring it back up. I've got it pulled up. I can see it. We're on a commercial break. We've got a minute. It's going to be dicey. We've got 150 people in here. Hey, before
scared money don't make money,
Before he commits, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Thank you for stopping by today. We appreciate the support on a Sunday. This is absolutely incredible. If you're brand spanking new, hit the little sub button there. Turn on the bell because we go live every Wednesday at 8:35. We have an electric chat, as you guys can see. Typically, we do call-ins, which somebody asked about earlier. Today, we probably are going to hold off on those, but maybe Wednesday we will spice it up a little bit and do a little call-in show because why not?
I think Wednesday's definitely a call-in show situation because both FSU and Florida have had a ton of recruits this weekend, and I think that'll let the dust settle a little bit. We'll find out how both of those teams look after the weekend, and that'll give us a little something for everybody.
I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nervous. I feel like somebody's gonna see this before me. Like it's gonna happen before the show happens.
Jay Buck, we gotta go Vols in here, baby. We gotta go Vols in here.
Oh wow, Tennessee guy. Okay. We forgot to go over the recruiting news. It's been a complete hypeness of a show. I completely forgot to go over the.
Too late for that now.
Gavin
we can
Hill.
Talk about abs and six. We can.
Yeah, it was just it doesn't matter anymore. How many people are in here right now, Steve? I can't see. I got the show pulled up. Why?
165.
Wow. Why are we still in this commercial? What is going on? He's gonna pull out? He's gonna be like, you know what? I can't do this. I can't make the decision right now. I'm afraid to pull on Twitter because I don't want to find out on Twitter first. I don't want to know.
Well, trust me, if it happens on Twitter first, somebody will break the news in the chat.
I know. Why? This is the longest commercial break of all time. This is ridiculous. I don't understand.
Muddy Waters, he's 100% going to Miami. Not nervous one bit. Okay, Muddy, he's usually on par here. It was an interesting thing, right? Like a week ago, there was an article written by a Canes beat
174. We're climbing. If you're brand new, drop a little sub, drop a little like. Show some love.
1 week ago.
Scared money don't make money, you know?
Stop doing that. Play the work.
Let's go. All right. This is the longest commercial of all time. It's got to be the longest commercial break. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is insanity. Oh. Okay. We're back.
This Priceline. Thank you, Ricky. You're right. This Priceline commercial is lit. I would like to point that out.
All right, here we go. CBS Sports White Coders, we're back. I want to see Rashada. I want to see the hats on the table. Here we go, Breaky. Here we go. What is this? If this gives me anything but Rashada, I'm going to be hot. This is where I was told to go. Okay. Ooh. Oh, no. Harper out. That's brutal.
That's not what we're going for here. That's not what the top.
Look, it tells me right here. It says that you can watch the announcement live in the video at the top of this page. That's where I'm at. I am live at the top of this page. I don't know where else to go to see this.
Don't make me internet.
We're almost at 200 people in here. I hope I don't mess this up. This is where I was told. I'm just following the instructions. This is where it's telling me. Oh. I haven't seen anything on Twitter yet. I am keeping everything hot and spicy here.
My gosh.
Oh, God.
We also have a College World Series game that could be a series winner. It's 0-0.
Steve?
Ole Miss at Oklahoma.
Oh. Wait.
No. Nothing's happening. No, yeah, exactly, Ricky. No pressure.
We're over 200. We broke a record, and I'm gonna blow it. I don't know. This is where it told me to go, guys. If you hear anything else, tell me. But this is where I'm supposed to be, from my understanding. This is CBS Sports headquarters. He's not doing it on Twitter. He's not doing it on Instagram. I looked. I did my homework. I promise. Maybe he's doing his hair. Maybe he's resting. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm on Twitter. I haven't seen anything on Twitter. We haven't missed anything, guys. We haven't missed anything. If you're brand spanking new, drop some likes, drop some subscribes. We're here waiting for the Rashada announcement. We're hanging out. We're hanging out. If you're brand spanking new, drop some comments. Tweet. What do you say? Tweet. So 352 Sports. Oh, that's Avs talk. Said he tweeted like 3 times today. Not sure that he is 100%, but saying coming home and join him in Gainesville to win the Heisman, etc. Okay, Shea O'Day says other sites are having the same issue. Okay, whew. I'm not the only idiot in the room. 226 people. This is absolutely crazy. If you guys are brand spanking new, welcome. We got Holly on the mic, Shelton on the mic. We go live every Wednesday at 8:35. Right now, guys, we're kind of waiting. We don't know what's going on. They postponed. Jimbo Barnister, they postponed for another half hour. Okay. Whew. Whew. All right. We're the Dance and Pony Show continues. Steve and I kill another 15 minutes. The guy can't make a decision. I don't know what's maybe Billy's flying a chopper in, throwing a couple extra Millie bags in there, like, yo, Rashada.
The hat he was gonna put on, didn't like it, needs a new one. Somebody's got to run to the mall.
He wanted to fit it. Speaking of hats, we're gonna get some High Top Sports hats here. Oh, Normal Guy, what a name! Just subscribed. Welcome, Normal Guy. Do we have any abnormal guys?
Just fine here.
Any abnormal guys that want to subscribe to the channel, because we would appreciate those. Any out of the ordinary guys, we've got the Normal Guy down. Thank you for subscribing, man. We appreciate it. Go Gators, let's go. Mr. Rick James saying breathe. You're right. That's my bad. I'm about to have hiccups here in a minute. Got my goat fuel spiced up, baby.
No, I'm out of beer. This sucks. Hold on,
We are over 200 people live. This is absolutely incredible. Welcome to the show, guys. We appreciate you stopping by. We apologize for the delay. This is not our fault. Maybe we don't Rashada. The guy doesn't seem to be great with time management. You know?
Yeah, can he call an audible with 12
He's
seconds
moved
left
it
on
from
play
the
clock?
18th.
I'm not sure.
He's moved it from the 18th, or maybe he's only moved it twice, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to commit last Saturday, right?
Yes, you're right. The 18th, the 26th. What's today?
The 26th.
Oh, okay. So he's only moved it twice. Okay.
Well,
and now he's moving. He's moving it again. He's moving it again. I've got it pulled up here. Still nothing. They're talking about the Bolts game right now. Let's go into that. Let's talk about that a little bit. I got Avs in 6.
We got some time.
I got Avs in 6. Mr. Nobody. There we go. We got an average guy. Mr. Nobody says, love this freaking show. Hopefully he's already subscribed. Sean McCain, go Gators. Welcome to the show, man. We appreciate you. There we go. That modern Norseman just subscribed. The names are phenomenal. I got to be honest.
I pray to the Nordic gods for whatever school you want Rashada to go to.
Dang, Robbie Mule says, add a beer, ? Rookie mistake. That is a Bush League move, Steve.
Not add a beer. Just add a beer at the desk.
At where you're currently sitting.
Honey.
Oh, Andrew Apple, what's up? He goes, my wife's being inducted on Wednesday. Love it, Andrew. Look, we still want to pick, Andrew. I want you to email me a photo, man. That's awesome. So, hey, Andrew, is she going to be mad when you're on the show Wednesday night watching us? Is she going to be okay? Is she going to be able to make some time? Just want to make sure. I don't want her to get upset when you're not there for the baby and you're watching High Top Sports. That's going to be an awkward conversation for the wife and you. Just let me know if you need any help. I can talk to her and say, hey, look, Andrew's busy. If you have,
or you can watch it live, and then we can we can just like maybe kind of help her on a little bit. We can give her some encouragement, you know.
To be honest, Andrew, I would say the first thing that your child hears coming out of the womb is Steve and I. There's worse things that they could hear. That's honestly, if you want to create the baby account and have them subscribe right then and there, I wouldn't be mad about that either.
If
that better be
would like to actually conceive a child while we're on the stream.
There we go. That got a subscriber. Trent just subscribed. Love it. David Brooks says, awesome show. I am now a subscriber. We appreciate it, David Brooks. I'm sorry your name didn't pop up. That's unfortunate. That's a new feature. We're trying to figure out all these little fancy dancy pieces of handies and notebooks here. Look, we apologize for the delay, but it's not us. It's Rashada. So we're not mad about it. We get to hang out with you guys for an extra 25 minutes or so and kind of keep this dance going. So we appreciate it. We had a show packed and we prepared for an hour. We didn't prepare for an hour and a half, Jaden. So that's what we're doing here.
I'll tell you what. At this point, it's you guys keeping the show alive. We had some topics here. Avs and 6.
New subscriber, Wick Crass.
Oh my gosh.
Crass. I can't see it. It's kind of blue. I got to change that font color. Dominique Tudor says, if he goes to Florida, everyone takes a shot. I couldn't agree more. Hold on. I got to text the wife. I'm going to have her text yours.
All right.
Here, I'm going to call the wife on the show right now.
You do yours and I'll do
Can you
mine.
hear? Can you hear? Hey, baby.
Yeah.
All right, you're on the show right now. we're waiting for Jaden Rashada to choose who he's going to go to, and we've confirmed that if he goes to Florida, I think honestly either way we're going to do one. Long story short, I need a shot. So if you could bring me one, that would be fantastic. We got Travis Knight just subscribe because you're on here, baby. We'll bring 2 shots.
What do you want?
Look at that. Wife of the year. What do we
have?
have, baby? What do we have? Talk to me. Talk dirty to me.
Oh
We
my gosh.
have some Woodford Reserve. We have
That's where you're at
Tito's.
right there, right?
Give me 2 shots of Woodward, baby, and give me some cool shot glasses so we can show off the fam our cool shot glass collection.
Okay, I got you.
Everybody better have their wives or go get their own shots because we're getting dialed in right now.
Let's do this thing. Hold on one second.
Adrian says one of the best podcasts on YouTube. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Okay, Kane Swagger, you and I were on a cool page, bro, where we were vibing, and then you're gonna go off and say you guys are done. You're on a 10-year hiatus. To see,
Listen,
we were having a
you're
good
on the podcast right now.
Okay.
I look. We're 20 minutes away from the Jaden Rashada.
Jaden. His name is Jaden, Steve.
Listen, he's not going to FSU, so it doesn't matter. I need a favor.
Okay.
You know what it is.
I already said that
You
I was
could-
going to do a beer run.
Yes.
No, but
Okay,
he needs a
you're-
shot. He needs a shot.
Yeah, that's an alcohol run. That's different. She won't do that. It's a Sunday, Shelton.
Tell her you need a shot now.
I don't. Did you hear that?
What?
Shelton says that I need a shot now.
We have moonshine still.
We
Oh,
have moonshine?
We have cherry and cinnamon moonshine.
cherry moonshine. Plug it in.
Okay, so beer run, and I'll get the moonshine. I'm gonna have to take a step off the cast here for a moment, but
You're not going anywhere. She's bringing it to you. She's watching the cast. She just commented.
I don't know if you drink it. And
Baby, are you still there?
these cherries have been. Yep, I'm pouring it up.
I love this.
oh, I have the cherries in the moonshine. Oh, let's go, baby. Baby, you're the best. I love you. All 201 people on the cast right now just said that you're freaking amazing.
If you're not cherries, I can go back and look at the live feed. But that's okay.
Okay, no, I love you. Bye.
Andrew said I'll set him up with an account. Andrew's gonna set his son up with an account from when he's born and watch from that account. See, that's the kind of subscribers that we're looking for. Okay, that is called commitment, ladies and gentlemen. My wife hung up, so hopefully she's on her way. Cody Yurdy says he'll drink a whole bottle if he comes to Florida. We're all in for this,
baby. Well, that's alcohol poisoning, and we do not condone that.
Coach
Unless you do it on
Hayes.
your own time.
Coach Hayes has over 1,000 people on his live watching the commitment.
Gosh.
Come on in, babe. She's got it.
Perfect.
The pregnant wife is here, ladies and gentlemen. Is yours here too? You can't teach that. Come here, baby. Wow, look at this. Look at this.
Look,
I got the old smoky
on,
shot
Taylor,
glass.
come here.
Look at the old smoky shot glass. That's called perfect advertising. And we got the Gators one. So I'm taking. Thanks, baby. Hey, Steve. Steve, what's up, Ash? Babe, come say to Ash. You good? They're both wearing pink. You can't make this stuff up.
Love you, honey. Hey. All
right.
Let's go.
All right, Steve, we're doing 2 shots. One for all of our new family people and all of our new subscribers. And, of course, to the Avs. To the Avs.
Oh, I gotta do
I'm
this
sorry if I
thing.
missed your guys' comments, guys. If you're new here, I appreciate you. That you guys are blowing us up. We're unprepared here. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah,
Anthony
give us
Ghana.
just a second. P-Mac, I'll take a sandwich.
Jay Buck.
Let me see what I can do.
Steve, you need more of a sports background. Look like your wife's office. Jay Buck, I've been telling him that the same thing. Lock it in, Steve. You hear from Jay Buck. You heard it here first.
Jay Buck, everything behind me is alcohol. I just want to point that out.
This is true.
You can zoom in if you'd like to.
Andrew
Trust me.
Andrew
Boy,
Apple
that's
said
booze.
he said he's never had Wood Reserve. That's on you. You got to lock it in, Andrew. That needs to be your first shot when your son's born.
That's it. All right,
Ready?
so first one, I don't have a shot glass. I got literally, it's in the same glass that with all the cherries that it's been sitting in.
All right, Steve,
This
to
is
the
moonshine,
Avs,
by the
to
way.
the Avs, and to the new subscribers. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We're taking a shot for you right now. To the Avs and to the new subscribers.
To
and
the Avs, to the
to
subscribers. Woo, boy.
Woo! Golly, bro.
Dude, that
feel it.
moonshine. has been sitting in there for like.
I feel it in my
3
spine.
months.
Feel it in my spine.
Hey, I got a cherry at the same time too. Oh,
Wow.
It's amazing.
We look
It's
like
amazing. It hurts. It hurts.
Ricky says, Steve, you know what? When Steve says, you know what I need. Oh gosh. Turkinator 101 says he's gonna need a shot of turkey 100 at this rate. Baby pouring it up from Ricky James. Leon Hurricanes with a laughing emoji. What's up, Leon? Welcome to the show, my man. Andrew Apple said, cheers. Cheers, my man. Charles Daniels, he has a 6-page paper to write. Jaden Rashada needs to come on and pick.
Come on, pick. He's
Charles
got this high
Daniel.
school kid holding him up from a 6-page paper he needs to write. I think
Welcome to the family, Charles.
little-
Thank you for the
a little
subscription. Great wives taking home the trophy. Absolutely, the modern, not
Yes,
Norseman.
yes, to the wives.
Hey,
Yes.
to the wives. You know, we should have had a shot. We should have had another shot for the wives. Hunter Wolf, Billy with the chopper.
I mean,
I'm telling you.
mine. I'll do a shot for the wives. How about that? To the wives.
Oh, you still have your shot?
Well, no, I still have the glass of.
P Max says, I'll take a sandwich. I love it.
There's no ring. There's no
Oh.
Oh, Steve getting put on blast. Oh, that's gonna
Wow.
be that's gonna be
That's
a
gonna be a
tick.
topic of conversation.
That's
for
gonna
all
be a
200
short.
of these people.
Somebody clip it. That's gonna be a short for sure. Absolutely roasted.
You know, that's the kind of pressure that she's had. You know what? This is it. I tell her about the cast. I tell her how happy I am. I tell her about how many folks we've got. And then she's like, that's great. That's great. You know what she did? She finally used it to her advantage.
Well done. Well done.
Well,
Skumpy says no FSU stuff.
be
No
it.
FSU stuff. Steve, good. Keep that away. He already had his time. Stumpsky. We talked about it early on.
no, he's talking about behind me.
Oh, true. First time, yes, Ricky. It wasn't first time. You need to. Justin Acock says y'all need to step up your Irish skills. Look, I wasn't. Look, I'm not. You're right. I can't even. I look like a bitch drinking that. That kicked my ass.
I'm gonna give you a little
Jeremy
bit of a hard time
Holston,
because that
he's
was
committing
way
on
easier.
CBS. Oh, here we go. Here we go. They're talking about it right now. Hold on. I'm listening. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got about a few minutes here.
Look, I'm nervous, and he's not even coming to me. Don't touch me.
They're comparing Jaden Rashada to Patrick Mahomes right now. This guy on CBS headquarters, they're comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. Seems a little... 904 Hurricane did a shot. Jaden's live on Instagram.
Attaboy 904.
All right, I'm pulling up his Instagram.
Elijah, what's up, baby?
Oh,
Good to have you on. Hope you subscribe. Let's go, baby.
hey, right now, Kamari's in there. A lot of Gators are in there.
So I look at you and just give you a thumbs up.
Okay, so he's live right now, ladies and gentlemen. There is Jaden Rashada live on his thing. So what I'll do is I'll put the video up, and then I'll have this. You guys can hear him, so we'll hear what he says through his Instagram Live. So I've got the Instagram Live pulled up on my phone right now. Oh, man. He's fired up. He looks pumped. He looks excited to be there. Yeah, he says thumbs up. So it looks like they're waiting. They're going to wait for this guy to talk, and then it looks like it might be showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Okay, shots are poured up and ready. I don't see any hats in front of him at the moment. That's what we got right here. Say hey, Jaden, to the fam. Give it a wave. Let me comment on there. A lot of Gator fans in there. A lot of Gator fans. Somebody says blink if you're going to Miami. Now it's getting a little hush hush. It's the anticipation's building. All right, see if you can talk now. We got a thumbs
my
down.
gosh.
thumbs down. What do we do to deserve a thumbs down? We're over here taking shots. I'm mind blown. Shook.
It can't be from a Miami fan, a Florida fan, an FSU fan, or a Vols fan for that matter.
It's got to be a USC guy.
A USC guy. Yeah.
It's got to be. He has 5 hats. He just saw them. Okay, 5 hats. What hats? High hopes for high top. I like it. Okay, I know we've got the live here on the Instagram. That's what you guys kind of hear the sound in the background. He's cheesing out. He's looking over at the chat. He saw what I said. He's laughing. 90 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 90 seconds. They're coaching him. They're coaching him right now. They're coaching him on how he should be sitting. This is exciting. This is absolutely just. I don't know what we're gonna.
James, don't do that to me.
He's gonna put on a Jackson State hat. I have a weird feeling that we're gonna just get completely. If that happens, I'm calling the wife. We're bringing the bottle in. Homegrown Cowboy saw an ATM cap. Yeah, he went to ATM. I would ATM. I would expect an Oregon hat. LSU possibly should be up there. Miami, Florida. A lot of Gator fans in the chat liking that. A lot of Gator fans are in the chat. 2 thumbs down. Wow, we're really just pissing a lot of people off here today.
We also have Turkinator 101, who's got his opinion in here. I love that.
I think everyone's leaving ours and going to his because he's like 2,000 people in his live stream right now. Can't keep up. We can't fight with this. He's going to Troy blindsided. Come on. I got the shot here with you, Jaden. Your name's on. Look, it's even a Gator shot glass. Okay? That's called committed to the game right there. All right? I think Billy just showed up in the choppa with a bag.
Uh-oh. Pushed his commitment back to 4:30 by Tyler Elliott. We'll see. He said 90 seconds. We'll find out.
Yeah, I thought I heard 90 seconds.
I'm feeling good to get it all over with and get ready for all the real work now.
Yeah, that was Jaden, guys. And he's ready to get this over with and ready to get the show on the road here.
He's ready to get the real work done.
Oh man, this is good.
That's what I hear.
This is good.
Yeah, I learned a lot about myself throughout the recruiting process. Just really to remain yourself throughout, no matter how crazy it gets. Because I know I was a kid who it did get pretty crazy at times, where that's all you're thinking about. But I definitely learned a lot about myself throughout the process, and I'm ready to get it over with.
I can't hear the questions that he's being asked. So first and foremost, I want to start by saying thank you to the man above. Without him, none of this is possible. I'm really a product of God, family, keeping everything first and football second, really. So really, I want to thank God for this moment, bring everybody together, my family, my friends, my people. So, I know that's one thing that I've always been big on. So first off, I want to thank him. Second, I want to thank all my friends and family that played a big part in my life leading up to this moment. Like I said, I'm a product of you guys, and appreciate y'all for, keeping me level. I want to thank all my former coaches, former teammates, not only being there for me as a player, but as a person, because that's something that's pretty important to me as well, And last, I want to thank my family, because you guys taught me some stuff that not just anybody could teach you. You guys believed in me before I believed in myself. It was days where you guys were my motivation, every day when I could barely find it within myself. It looks.
So I want to thank my family for that moment, and really everybody in this building. It's the reason you guys are in here. I love every single person in this room, And last, I want to thank every single coach that was part of my process that believed in me, throwing me a free education and really, believing in me when, like I said, I didn't even believe myself. You guys made it happen. So thank you to every coach who has recruited me and built a relationship with me that will last a lifetime with me. So that being said, I'd like to announce I'll be committing to the University of Miami. Yeah. All about the you. Miami just felt like home when I went there the second time, you know. Really, they all just hit it on the bat, you know. Miami is kind of a California vibe, so I guess that's what, you know, really set it off a little bit. And, you know, Coach Gaddis, Coach Cristobal, you know, those are two proven coaches that kind of could show that they're all about winning, so that was a big part of it, too.
Damn it!
This is what I expected. Like I said, it was a no-win situation for me. It was only you could lose in this thing. So I'm just going to keep eating these cherries that have been sitting in moonshine.
I don't even know what to do at this point, to be honest. I don't know what to do with my hands.
We could put a U up. If you put two thumbs together.
That was fair. I deserve that.
And then go, yay.
I don't.
That. I mean, I wouldn't do it. It'd be more like.
Congrats to the Hurricanes. Wow.
I mean, our watchers went up after his commitment. I bet it's to come here and tell us.
Alex Compton, is there any news on Rashada? Yes, Alex, he's gone. Okay, he went to the U. And
Galaxy King with the well done emojis there, spot on with the color scheme.
Man, huge. Look, guys, great show, absolute great show. I don't know if Connor's going to be on. He hasn't wrote back. He said he possibly after Rashada announces. Let me see.
904 Hurricane is still excited. I would expect that. Again, great emoji game.
I'm going to see if we can get Connor on here on the show for a bit. Kind of give us, maybe he has a little more insight on what happened. Because we talked to David 2 weeks ago, and he was saying, look, we look solid. This is a brutal blow. You hate to see it. I'm going to shoot him a link. We'll give it a few minutes here. Hey, we appreciate you guys all hopping in and stopping by and having a good time with us, drinking with us if you did. It's
Devil Dogs. I'll say this. Look, FSU felt way worse losing a player to Jackson State than the Gators should feel losing to Miami. Like those are very, very, very different emotions. Like Jackson State taking your number one recruit versus losing to an in-state school. Not quite the same.
The hats he have are like really ugly too. The hats he picked up, the Miami hat. He's a baseball hat.
Oh my gosh, this is where we're at with it now. Like we're hat judging.
Yeah, I mean that's just. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little upset. I was really hoping for a big party. I was hoping for a big explosion. I know like everything was pointing to Miami, but I was hoping the.
You want to do the scared money don't make money button again?
You know what?
Scared money don't make money, you know?
We'll be fine. Nobody panic. Everybody relax. Look, I would, real quick though, before we go, I appreciate everyone for stopping by today. Everyone who's subscribed, who is brand new to the channel. We appreciate you guys stopping in and dropping a like. If you are new and you did subscribe today, we do go live every Wednesday at 8:35. So we will have another show on Wednesday to talk about this a little bit more. We'll probably have, I'm thinking I talked to David Soderquist. He might be on Wednesday with us. So we'll kind of get his input on it, his take. Maybe we'll do a call-in show, and we'll see how things go. And we'll get you guys' take on this. We'll see how you guys are feeling and your thoughts on this, because I think it'll be good to hear what you guys have to say. But look, great show all in all. Coming out on a Sunday evening to breaking the record. We were like 2:30 at one point. The wives came in, got us a little buzz. You can't do it any better than that. You really can't.
Basically, like tricked me into like getting married. That's amazing.
You're right. David, he changed his name. He said Flash the hair. Flash, you're right. Flash the flow. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you as always for stopping by. Be back here on Wednesday where we go live. Make sure you drop a like, drop a subscription. Until next time, I'm Shelton.
And I'm Holly.
See you guys.
Feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I